everybody, it's Alyce-Kay Ruckelshaus from Threshold of Hineni, and I have just a few more things that I want to add to this journal before we bind it. I'm really excited. I'm like ready to bind it, but I would need to put in a few more pockets and flips and things, and it would probably be a good idea to make a cover before we bind it, right? So what I have here are some of the other little ephemera things that that Penny has put together for this journal or for this kit. I have these time cards, or no, I guess they're not time cards, they're like receipts or something for, I don't know, for ordering clothes. It says, no matter how little you pay for English American clothes, you get all wool. Perfect fit or no pay. That's the English American way. So that's kind of interesting. And then I have an Acme Get Full Pounds, the best bar soap made, and a couple of envelope templates. So we'll use those for sure. And then these I'm thinking of using as flip outs, probably. And then there's these faux postage stamps that I think are so cool. What she did was she has on one page the perforated part of the stamp, and then you print on top of that all these little pictures that she's put together to have for the stamps. And then I also took these and I blew them up bigger, just the pictures, to make journaling cards, which we'll work with after we bind. And then I also have, so these are all things from that kit, from the Chit Chat Angel kit. These things are all from Pixel Scrapper, and they're things that I just thought I could use as like Rita Donnelly flips and stuff like that. We'll see. And then here's a page of trims from Pixel Scrapper that I thought might work in here. So we'll just see what we have and how far we get today. So let's see. Let's just go along and we'll see what we need and figure out what we need to do from there. And we'll work for like about half an hour. And hopefully I'll be binding this within the next few days. Okay, so all right, so this angel actually turned out pretty good, so we're going to leave her. I'm just trying to figure out, and I don't really want to cover her up. I usually put a pocket in here. Well, no, actually I'll put a pocket in the front of the cover. This isn't really the cover. This is more like a title page, so we can kind of leave it that way. I feel like I should have something on here, but I don't want to cover up the angel, so we'll come back to that. That might actually be a place to put a flip out or something. We'll see. Okay, and then I kind of feel the same way about this. I hate covering up a lot of this because it's just so pretty. But, you know, we do need to have some places for people to write. I feel like these pages, people might be able to put pictures or something, but they might be hesitant to do anything with it, just like I'm hesitant. So, I think probably what I want to do there... Ooh, actually, these stamps might be good. They're big enough to make into a tuck, but not so big that they would cover up the page. Yeah, that's okay. That's brilliant. Let's do that. So which of these stamps do we want to have on this page? I like this one. That one's really, really adorable. Okay, I think I have, yep, I have some zigzag scissors. They're not really pinking shears. Oh dear, they've got thread in them. Ugh. Okay. That's what I get for putting a bunch of junk in one place. They're not really pinking shears, but I think that they'll work well for these perforated edges. And if they don't cut in exactly the same place, that's okay. I can just distress the edges to make them dark. But I think that's a cute stamp to use. I'm kind of trying to get them in about the same place, but it's not really working. So I'll just distress it to make it darker. I really need to get some black distressing ink, I think. But in the meantime, I do have walnut ink, but I don't feel like trying to dig it out. So I'm just going to use the vintage photo. That's always the go-to, right? And that'll go around here. And I think this will make a nice little tuck without compromising the page. And that way we can tuck like a big journal card or cards into it, so there's lots more space to write, but we still have the really cute little angel there. Okay, I think that works very well. All right, so let's do that. That's easy, easy, easy. And we could put it up at the top, or we could put it down here. I think I want to put it up at the top, and I think that I'm going to go ahead and glue it. So let's go ahead and glue it. Just so that you know, I don't do like a lot of collaging and stuff. I'm not good at collaging, for one thing. I'm getting better, but I'm not real good. But also, I just like to have things kind of simple. That's just my preference. For the journals that I make for myself personally, they are very, very simple. The ones that I make to sell are have a little bit more fancy stuff, because I think that's a lot of times what people are looking for. But my own personal journals, I keep fairly fancy. Fairly simple. I have cards and stuff, but I don't feel like I have to have stuff on every page, and I don't feel like I have to collage stuff like this. Okay, those little stamps would also make really nice altered paper clips too. Okay, so we could put a Rita Donnelly flip here. I kind of don't want to put it over on this side. I've never put one like on the inner margin, but that would work as long as we don't get it caught in the binding. So let's try it. Let's see if we can find a paper that would look good there. I'm thinking like one of these pixel scrapper pages. That might. Or this. Okay. Didn't really give myself a lot of choices here, did I? It's kind of funny. I could have sworn I had printed out a lot more stuff, but I guess not. Okay, so that peach looks really good. So does the pink. I think since it's going to be small, let's make it peach. And I'm just going to use my scissors. Let's trim off the part that's not printed on. Just on this corner. A Rita Donnelly flip is really, really easy to make if you've never made one, or if you don't know what I'm talking about. Just really easy and a lot of fun. And there's my alarm reminding me to write, but I've been writing all day, so I'm fine. Okay, so I want it over here, so it's going to be, should we flip it out that way? Or should we flip it? I think we want to flip it this way. So actually I should have trimmed this side to make it easier. If I was using my paper cutter, it wouldn't matter which side, because I could just make a square, but I'm going to have to fold it to make a square because I'm not good at eyeballing this stuff. Okay, so we're going to put it up on here. All right, and then we can put it down along that line. There we go. Okay, so I think that's about the size that we want. And so what we've made is a square that's folded into a triangle. That's what we want. And we're going to have to do some distressing because I didn't print on the other side of this. I kind of meant to, but I got sidetracked today. I've had so many things going on. Okay, so it's going to be like this, and then it'll flip open to write on, but this part will be open so that you can stick a card or something in there. It'll just be glued on these two sides. So let's go ahead, and first we're going to ink it up some. I think I'm going to ink it with pink and maybe with the vintage photo also, but let's first do it with pink on the inside. Okay, and you just kind of want to lightly touch down so that you don't end up with like circles, and then just kind of swirl it around. Okay, I'm not too worried about the edges right now because I'm going to get those in a bit. Okay. See how I'm not trying to make it all even. Okay. Then I'm going to use the vintage photo to make it look older and vintage. That's why it's called vintage photo. Okay, so I'm going to fold this back so that I can do the center really quickly. And that makes a difference when you do the center like this. Because, you know, if this had been sitting here folded like this for years and years, it would definitely be like that. Okay, and then we're going to distress around the edges. And I'm kind of letting it come onto the page quite a bit. I'll hold this up in a moment so you can see. It's really easy, you guys. I mean, it's not like you have to think about what you're doing and be artistic or anything. This is something that anyone can do. It's very easy, but it gives you a nice effect. And then I'm just going to very lightly add some vintage photo to the inside here. Okay, so that's how it looks. I mean, it's not anything fancy. All right, and then we're going to also do the same thing on here. We're not going to really distress the outside except just around the edges. But I am going kind of flat so that it can come onto the page some. Look like the aging stuff has worked its way onto the paper. I don't know why paper does that. You know, it kind of, it doesn't age evenly and it looks really cool. Okay, we don't have to do the other side because that's going to be glued down. You won't see it. All right, and then what we're going to do, oh shoot, I didn't have this upside down. What we're going to do is we're just going to glue this edge and this edge. Okay, and I'm not going to put it all the way into the center because I really don't want it to, I don't want to risk having it get caught in the binding because then we wouldn't be able to open it. Which I guess wouldn't be the end of the world, it would still be a pocket, but I want it to be a Read It Donnelly flip. Okay, and this, since this glue is pretty thick, I'm running my nozzle through it to kind of flatten it out so that it won't be bumpy and make it hard to write on the other side of the paper or show through the other side of the paper. Okay, whoops. Okay, there we go. All right. So see what we've got now is we can put something into that pocket there and we can flip, oops, I glued it down, good thing I'm checking it. And we can flip this open to write on it. Okay, so that looks pretty cool. That works. Okay, yeah. Get these. Okay, very good. All right, now we've got the butterflies here and we've got butterflies here, so I think I'm going to leave that alone because you can write on that with the dark pen that I always include with it. And we've got a pocket here, we've got our doily there, which you can write on here and you can write on all these little lines and write all along the edge. It looks really pretty if you do that. This has kind of a design on it and I kind of just like it plain because we've got the doily over it. So I'm going to leave that. I'm not going to put any pockets or anything on it, and I don't feel like I need to stencil it or anything. And then we've got this with its little pad of paper. This we could do something on. What do we want to do on there? That might be a good place for a flip, actually. Let's see what we've got. Or an envelope. I think we should do this envelope here, or the pink one. Let's do the pink one. I like the pink one. They're kind of the same, but see the pink one, she's tinted with pink, and she's got the angel on it too. So they're similar. So we might do one in the front and one towards the back. Okay, I don't want to use my sewing scissors for cutting, and I want to put the glue where it can be upside down. Because man, if you don't store that glue upside down, it becomes really hard to get it to start going. Let's go just that way. Okay, come on. There's my little angel. I should put her up here. I usually have her on my desk. Someone sent that to me anonymously after Bill died. It was very, very sweet of them, and I really love it. And I just, when I keep it here on my desk, I don't know, it just kind of makes me feel like he's close by. And it reminds me that people are praying for me, which is really, really important. That's, you guys, that's really what has gotten me through, is people praying for me. And I'm also, I joined a group of intercessors. I don't go any place to pray. It's on the radio at 3 o'clock each day. And I really, really enjoy that. That has made a big difference for me in getting through my grief as well. It's not a grief intercession thing, it's just people interceding, but people call in with prayer requests and we pray for them. And, you know, there's probably thousands, maybe millions of people who are part of this family of intercessors, and I think that's just super, super cool. Okay, so how is this going to work? I'm not really sure how she intends for this to work. So we'll play around with it a little bit and see. I think it could be kind of like a trifold kind of thing here. And that noise that you hear is my cat trying to get in. She thinks that she should be in the videos too. And so she's digging at the door, trying to open it up, and you might have just heard her meow. That's Hester. She's named after my grandma on my mom's side. I have Ellie also, who's named after my grandma on my dad's side. Okay, so we have this little envelope here. We could, nope, we don't want to tuck it over there because we've got this on this side. So we want to do it all on this side. So how do I want to do this? Do I want to, I think I do want to close it. I mean, on the sides, not have it as something that opens up for people to write on, or should I? If I do that though, then how will I attach it here? I guess I could make it like a flip out kind of thing. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so I've folded it here at the natural place between these two pages. Okay, and now what I'm going to do, because I have a nice gap right there, is I'm going to, it's folded here as well. I'm going to fold it just below that. There's actually a little line there. So I'm going to fold it just below that. And, you know, I could use my scoreboard to score it, but I'm not going to. Okay, so that gives me then, when I have those two folds, it makes this little ridge. You see that? This is something that I learned from Dear Julie. And what it does when you do that, did I just put snooze? Dismiss. There we go. Sorry, guys. Oh no, it's going to keep going. Okay, you guys, I've got to stop and I'll restart this.